So Facebook hasn't joined us yet because hang on, I've just invited Facebook. Basically, I've changed my Facebook password. It suddenly, as I went live, it was like, you need to log in on Facebook.
I'm like, oh dear.
Hang on, I'm hoping some Facebook people are going to come through soon. It's gone live on Facebook. Sorry, people on YouTube that have joined us.
I can't see any comments on. Oh, there we go. There he is.
Hi, Rage.
There he is. Captain Swish is in the house. Evening, Nick.
Hi, Nick. Thanks for joining.
Nick's there.
Oh,
he's on the Facebook side. We've got Reds versus Blues. That Rage is representing the Reds. Nick's on the Blues.
But see, Nick can't see Rage's comments and Rage can't see Nick's comments because they're in two separate things. We get to see everything.
It's a mind fuck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mind's blown. So they could potentially just slag each other off for the entire episode and not know that they're slagging each other off.
Yeah, pretty much. Nick,
brilliant.
You can't say that about Rage.
Oh, Nick, that's a bit harsh. God, you don't even know if you've even met him, have you?
Nick's trying to remember how to do an emoji.
Fresh meat. How are we doing, Sunshine?
Hi, Wayne.
Are you all squared away for the weekend? I should think you are by now. Probably not. Oh, look, November Foxtrot's live. Thank you, laptop, for that. Good. Very good.
I'm not sorted for tomorrow yet.
I expect no less.
I made a list.
The SOPs from Mr. Fraser. That's what they are. I was impressed with your list. I was like, there we go. Look. Can't find it now.
I haven't ticked anything off yet. You'll notice.
Why, nope. Oh, dear. I had to walk around the site today, one last just to finalise a couple of bits and bobs. Very nice. The next thing, okay with it. I don't believe you would.
You see, I've clocked that Rage isn't a fan of Swish at this point. So
the thing is, though, until we've got definitive evidence that he's tried it and doesn't like it, then he will continually be hounded until I need evidence, man. That's it. I need evidence. But yeah, so you're not packed for the weekend then, Mike? Very disappointing.
No, not yet. I will be. I do have a new packing system that I'm trialing. So I'll, subject to how that works, I'll put some pictures up. It basically involves a Miltech tanker bag, which actually I can grab. So I'm actually in my new study. This used to be our spare room. It's now the study because we've turned our old study into a nursery. So
so this is actually a specific study now. You've got an actual dedicated. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is my Miltech tanker bag, which is
nice.
It's meant to have a handle, a strap, a shoulder strap type thing that runs over top like that. I've cut that off, and the reason I've cut that off is because it forms effectively quite a nice storage system. That everything's nicely in place and all organised.
That's cool, man. I like that a lot.
Snug pack, 1 litre pouch type things. So that's my toolkit, and then I've got another one for welfare kit.
Wicked. I like that, mate. Yeah, that's wicked. That is.
But it fits a mess tin. Yep. So I'll turn that off. It fits a mess tin and all the first aid kit at the moment. I need to take the first aid kit out and probably put food in there because I'm not sure how else I'm going to take food otherwise. But yeah.
I like that, man. That's a good idea. Modular system in it.
Yeah. So the idea is that this will then slot into the Bergen vertically with everything else around it. And then if I need anything from this, I can just yank that out and I've got access to everything that I need. And then theoretically,
your small bits and bobs. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I like the idea of that, mate. That's cool.
I'm half packed. It's just not all in a...
Half cocked, ready to go.
Well done, Nick. Nick's started.
Oh, look, Nick's done what has he put there? Is it some sort of...
I think it's a campsite.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it looks like a campsite. But, yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I'm with you now, yeah. Well done, Nick. Good on you, mate. Pick a better emoji next time. One I can fucking see.
No, leave Nick alone. He's just said my idea is very close.
It is a good idea, mate. I'll finish your sentence for you because of your bloody internet.
Yeah,
again.
Sorry, my internet. I haven't worked out the cables and stuff yet. So, yeah.
I don't need to try it. I have a toothbrush. it's irrelevant. It doesn't clean your teeth.
Sorry,
It's only for cleanse. It's for refreshment, isn't it? It's not for cleaning. It's refreshment. Swish. So you would still require a toothbrush. So that's besides the point. You can't use that, Rage. Sorry, mate. Nah. Oh, Andy bobbing him. Oh no, not the unicorn. No. Pair of unicorns. Pack it in.
Going to a serious point, Rage asked, do I keep burn gel in my first aid kit? So I'm going to take that as in he's not trying to set me on fire. But yes, I do have burn gel in there.
Yes, little individual sachet type ones, isn't it?
Yeah, it's to be
Burn
honest,
Shield. I think it's called Burn Shield. White with red writing. It's Burn Shield.
It's the standard St John's Ambulance first aid kit with a load of stuff that I've then thrown in, like chapstick and stuff like that as well. And bits and pieces like that, and Rennie and things like that. So
Vaseline.
Yeah, for when it gets a little bit crazy.
Oh, nice.
So cool. Right. Well, tonight we are talking about futuristic events. We wanted to sort of cover a bit of a hypothetical, really, more along the lines of, a lot of events at the moment are generally sort of Blue 4 versus Opfor. You might have DEA games, so DEA versus Cartel. So we want to try and explore other ideas.
Are you taking much meat when you go away? Yeah, Meat Man's en route, mate. That's all been taken care of, Nick. The Meat Man.
Oh, you saw me out? Oh, I was just going to take pouches of food. But...
No, meat. There's meat to be eaten.
Okay.
Ribs, man. Ribs. Damn it.
Anyway.
Chops.
Anywho, so the idea is basically we're going to discuss like potential events and bits and pieces. So we're going to start off with apocalyptic to kind of talk about that. But if anyone's got any ideas of other events that you want to throw in, then we'll just pick those up as we go through, or we can explore different topics and stuff like that. Hi, Mike. Thanks for joining.
Evening, Mike. There is your there is your wanted grenade kill that didn't quite work out for you.
Yeah.
At Octo. Lucky Brewer, they call him now.
Yeah.
Quick, Mike Fraser's coming at us with a grenade. That's all right. Yeah. You've got at least another minute yet before it goes off. You can finish your tea. Oh, dear. Sorry, mate.
I'm not going to leave that one down. I'm really not.
That was so funny.
Yeah. Anywho, so apocalyptic. So we wanted to kind of discuss like an apocalyptic style event. So people feel free to throw ideas. And this is a whole new style of episode. We've never done one of these before. So it might go well, it might not. And it's also on a Thursday, so we're probably not going to get as many people joining us as usual.
For this one. New episode, new hat style. No, I won't do that.
So
why'd you let me do these things, Mike?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really have a lot of choice. You kind of just go and do it. And then...
Look, just stay in a mess. Yeah, apocalyptic. I must have. Yeah, I'm ready now. Yeah, I'm good. Right.
So let's cover
apocalyptic
scenario. Yeah. Let's go for a scenario. So what sort of scenario would we have in an apocalyptic style event?
Well, I'm guessing it's going to be some sort of like world-ending thing, whether that is a virus or a pandemic or Lance, you okay? No, mate, I'm not. Far from okay. Just holding it together, mate. Holding it together.
Piece by piece.
That's it, yeah. But yeah, like I said, it's going to be like a pandemic, a virus, a plague, or something like that. When it would be sort of like to set the scene, I'm guessing, for an apocalypse. It's obviously got to be world-ending, hasn't it? You know, it could be a meteor strike or something like that, like a loose storyline. I mean, for me, essentially, it's like, what's the loadout going to be like? And I wouldn't say so like sort of like steampunk, but it'd be cool to have it sort of like a couple of years after the event had happened, so everything's sort of a little bit tarnished and it's not all fresh faced and stuff like that.
Otherwise, everyone's just in like normal wear, covered in blood. That's all.
Well, essentially, everyone's just like essentially, if it's like a non-military force, it's just like essentially a load of hikers or backpackers running each other, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it'd be good to have it so you've sort of seasoned yourself into the apocalypse. So you've been on the ground for a couple of years.
Like Doomsday. I'm back. Like Doomsday.
Hi.
You know, like the.
I thought the apocalypse
the
had happened then because you went. It's like doomsday. Oh shit.
Yeah, so like the film
I'm with you.
Doomsday, where you've got like the people living in the city, like all the cannibals and stuff, and then you've got people living in the castle and bits and pieces like that.
That's it. Yeah. So you'd get like a varying sort of faction sort of type of thing. Scavenging supplies, ammo would be challenging. Yeah, definitely something like that. I mean, me and Mike have got something brewing in the. Oh look, Mike Brewer's in, and me and Mike have got something brewing. Ah, see what I did there? Not Mike Brewer, Mike Fraser, and me are brewing something. That's just whatever. So, but we've got something we're sort of planning later on, maybe into next year, perhaps. But I think it'd be, I'm excited for it. So it's all good. It's all good.
Rage says he's seen the American ones. They're very Mad Max. Yeah, so I mean that's Mad Max is a really good example actually of that, because like all the different kind of groups in Mad Max have very different stylized costumes, or like loadouts, whatever you want to call it. So yeah.
I mean, that's very, very far after the apocalypse, isn't it? But when it's sort of set, I'm guessing the older Mad Max film, I mean, judging from how much society's collapsed at that point, it's that's not going to happen overnight. So that's a few years since. I
wonder if you can get like a food grade. I'm talking like the newer Mad Max film, but like get some food grade silver spray paint, just like, and then just running at the enemy full whack.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But I mean, for like the loadout for me would be that would be a main point for me would be the events. Like I said, it's sort of like 2-3 years after the actual main apocalypse event happens, like the plagues with zombies have attacked or whatever it is has happened. And then like Nick's put in the chat there, a scenario where it's like scavenger based, almost like escape and evade sort of type S sort of thing, where you'd have maybe like a hunter force with scavengers surviving out on the ground, or some sort of governmental force that sort of come in to try and retake an area and re-establish it, but people have gone too far wild or feral, if you like, and they don't really want to come back from where they're at. So yeah, there's loads of little avenues you could go down with it. That would be cool.
Andy's just said, I think turn up with nothing other than a pistol and all kits out in the field for you to find around. Throw a load of rental guns in the field and food and water and stuff.
That's it, exactly that, mate. Exactly that, yeah.
Rage said a Red Dawn type one. Red Dawn's a good film. Both the original, like the Cuban one, where the Cuban, I think the Cuban army attacked, and then also the recent one. But yeah, that would be good.
Do you know what? I'm going to be honest. I've never seen any. Nick doesn't like Grimsby much.
Yeah, sorry to Grimsby.
Nick's got a burning hatred of Grimsby. Sorry, Grimsby. I love you. Hi, Tim. I've never been to you, but I love you. Nick doesn't like you at all. Evening, Tim.
So, yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I really like the idea of an event where you don't turn up with food, per se, and like food's like included. So like maybe you've got to go and find...
That's what I thought it was Russians.
Food original. Stuff.
Cuban.
Oh, was it Russians? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so it's Russian. No, I think... Isn't it like Russians and Cuba and stuff like that? It's all the communist countries attack the US, isn't it?
I don't know. Do you know what? I'll be brutally honest. I've not seen either of them. I'm going to have to watch that. I've not seen either of them. So is it Kurt Russell or is it Patrick Swayze or something in the first original?
I'm not sure. I'm so bad with names, I don't know.
Or am I actually thinking of 1984? Yeah. Oh, I can't think now. Either Red Dawn or 1984. Can't remember. Anyhow, there we go.
The new one's North Korea. That attacks, basically. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, that'd be cool. So, like mission wise, then obviously we talked about food, finding food. I mean, I guess it depends on the apocalypse style, doesn't it? I mean, if you've got zombies, that's I've done a zombie game before. That's quite good fun. You got to go and like extract a box from a room full of zombies.
I mean, essentially, though, like you said about like supplies not being out on the ground, any apocalyptic event, it's going to create a shortage of food, water, your necessities, and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So, regardless of the of what's actually caused it, the sort of scenario is sort of it could be loosely based around like just the main apocalyptic event, regardless of what it is, because there's going to be looting and people just trying to go out for themselves to get supplies and this, that, and the other. So there is going to be a shortage. So you will have to scavenge food, water, medication or ammunition, weapons, and all that stuff for regardless of what's happened. You know, if it's 2 years down the line. Even Chris, even Sean.
Imagine it if you only had like 20 BBs for the team.
Well, this is it. You know, what I mean, you could find a mag, but you're like, well, that's no good. Where's the rest of it? You know what I mean? You could find a loaded mag. You meet up with some other dude who's got an M4 with no mags or no battery or something or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like that. That'd be cool. And you think, well, do I sort of form a team, a sort of a form of allegiance, and then when they're not looking, I just slice them both up and peg it with a full clip and an M4. You know what I mean? The decision you'd have to make, and just hope to God you don't come across them later on in the game. But it's all things to think about for an event. That would be cool.
Twinkies and babies, they'll survive forever.
Yes, absolutely, mate. And ribs from the meat shop.
Ray said survival game could be good, and it's Patrick Swayze in the film.
Ah, yes, Patrick Swayze. There we
go. No kit, have to build a shelter, find guns and food, maybe start with just a pistol. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
I'm liking that. We might have to take some of these. Have to take some notes.
Well, I mean, what the guys are describing, it sounds like what we've been talking about could be a bit of a winner. We'll have to see where we go with it. We'll see whether take the blue pill or the red pill in it and see how far the rabbit hole goes.
Yeah, sorry, Chris. It is Thursday tonight. We've got an event again tomorrow. And I'll be honest, I've not been the best at notifying people. So apologies, my bad.
All Mike's fault.
I know, sorry.
So yeah, blame him.
Okay, so we've covered what scenario, loadout, some sort of missions and stuff like that. Well, let's talk about the load. Let's talk about loadout. Go on, let's go into the loadout in depth. So I mean, capes, hoods and capes.
Batman. I mean, yes, you've got to have some sort of dark
oh my God.
and cloak.
You could do a heroes edition. Just Batman shooting Superman.
Just hundreds of Batmen and women against hundreds of Supermen and women. Lots of tights. I don't know if I could poke up with that. And then obviously Superman. Yeah, no, I'm not going down that road. No, there's a limit. All right. I know we're talking about different events, but there's a fucking limit.
Oh, there you go. Nick says ponchos as well.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah. I mean loadout-wise, I mean, you're going to have to steer away from sort of like a military-esque sort of type thing. You you could be allowed sort of like one military clothing or tactical equipment item that you could sort of get away with saying, yeah, I found that on him, walking around there with no arms. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it could be like a leg holster you found, or I wouldn't allow like a full plate carrier or full chest, or maybe later on in the game you might be able to find something like that might become available. You know, if it was the event where you bring your own rig with you, but you don't start with it, so it's clearly labelled up, you know, and it's sort of like tactically positioned that you come across it, sort of thing. And from there, you sort of start to gain all your kit back, perhaps something along them sorts of lines. That'd be cool. But essentially, starting off with just like a backpack, a pistol, and a torch, and a bottle of water in there. You have to find your food, ways of cooking it, a shelter. You know, there's a millet's van's crashed full of sleeping bags or something.
Yeah, your local mountain warehouse has been raided.
Yeah, you have to fight the mountain warehouse zombie for his van of sleeping bags. Yeah, that'd be quite funny actually.
Yeah. Oh, blimey. No, I think you could definitely do like gangs as well. I really like the idea of like gangs, like with the combat stuff. So you might have like, because obviously it's hard.
Rage do a deliverance one.
Yeah.
Well, like a pig, boy. You sure got a pretty mouth.
I've not seen.
That's Deliverance. Where you've not seen Deliverance. Well, if you had seen Deliverance, Mike, you would have known where Julian Banjo comes from.
Oh, okay. I've not seen. I'll have to watch Deliverance.
Dueling Banjos is the song from Deliverance.
Right.
So okay. Yeah, performed by Julian Banjo.
Yeah.
No less.
Going back to the loadouts and stuff.
Resident Evil. Yeah, mate.
I was thinking like you could always have like because obviously everyone's got kit at the moment, so you don't want people to have to go and buy like a whole lot of new kit. I mean, it's like I know the Punishers.
Could you start like Naked and Afraid?
Yeah. Well, that's actually funny. I don't know. I mean, he's not on the chat at the moment, but was it Edward?
Naked and Afraid?
Wasn't it like
it?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Edwards was out like doing some ranging of his rifle or something, wasn't he, in the woods?
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
and a whole load of naked
or
hikers walked past us.
naturists. Yeah, new scope on his sniper rifle, just peering out across the back garden, looks out onto open farmland, and a gaggle of naked men went walking past with backpacks on. It's just like, oh, a little bit fruity. You can see the restrictions have been lifted, can't you? Oh dear, yeah, that's a very comical video.
Yeah. Oh, right. Have we done Apocalypse?
I think so. I'm just giggling at the moment. That's quite funny. Yeah. Well, it's the loadout, wasn't it? So it's got to be civvy, isn't it? You've got to essentially primarily the masses is going to be civilian survivors, isn't it? You know what I mean? The army and that's all been, for whatever reasons, happened. But what's happened? Well, no, maybe not necessarily. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Can you say that?
Well,
I mean, most movies, it ends up being loads of civilians survived, and all the highly trained specialist people seem to have copped it.
Well, that's because it would be a rubbish film if they're all like highly trained military. Like, can you imagine that? Like
it's realistic,
a group of squaddies or whatever standing there and like zombies coming towards them? You're not going to have this mad panic and like they're all.
It's like the horror films, isn't it? But it's like the horror film where there's a noise in the basement and the dude opens up the kitchen cupboard, the kitchen door, sees the staircase, goes there, doesn't think to turn the light on. I'll grab a couple of knives while I'm up here in the kitchen. Couple of knives, cleaver, turn the light on.
Just don't go down there. Just don't go down the basement.
Do you know what I mean? Or just nail it shut and call the old Bill. Say there's a nutter in my basement. Can you come around with loads of guns? Save me going down there and getting walloped and put in a furnace like Freddy Krueger or something.
Mark. But,
evening, Mark.
Yeah.
It pisses me off when films do that.
I am Negan. So
I am Negan. Naked Negan.
So yeah, anyway, feel free everyone to throw some ideas in the chat and stuff for different events and styles and stuff. There was another one I wanted to cover in the meantime, which is like a police style one. So not necessarily DEA versus cartel, but I sort of got a little bit of inspiration from the Battlefield spin-off where they did like the cops versus the robbers. So I thought if you had like I don't know. It's a little bit tricky, that one, because I've seen them done before where it's like you've got like scenarios where you have to go and like attack a plane and kill all the terrorists on a plane. It's probably not quite the equivalent of a MilSim per se, but it's like I guess a training sort of scenario type thing. But yeah, that'd be. I'd quite like that because lots of people I've seen like there's a police loadout group on Facebook and stuff like that. So there's a lot of love for police loadouts and bits and pieces.
Robocop.
So I mean, like Longboard, for example.
Wicked. Robocop. Yes. And I want an Ed 209.
Yeah.
I'd even just make that a cardboard. I'll just make a cardboard one. It doesn't make that noise, by the way. It sounds like a mincy R2D2. Mine would, yeah. Ed 209's coming. Terrifying.
Yeah. But imagine a cops one at Longmoor. Like that, where it's maybe you could even have it. I don't want to necessarily suggest that we're replicating Northern Ireland per se, but you could have like two sides of the town are like really against each other. You've got like the cops in the middle. You got maybe a small military unit in the middle as well to kind of assist the police or whatever like that. But especially with like all the riots.
I mean, that's almost that is like a sort of a clandestine sort of terror cell sort of type setup, then, isn't it? Where you got the police and military. And then an unknown number of insurgents, I suppose, if you like, if you want to call it that, or rebels or something. Do you know what I mean? That's sort of whether they're trying to take the town back and they want the police or the army out. I don't know. Yeah, you could. Yeah, that sounds cool. That sounds doable. The police trying to keep the peace.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, or police could be sort of employable, depending on what sort of depending on what's on offer from the gang. Sort of turning a blind eye to this and a blind eye to that.
Yeah, I know the Legion events are a little bit similar to that. So I know Gladius 4 was it? Like there was obviously a police force there. You've got the civilian kind of
police force with a loudspeaker. Ugh.
Yeah. That was annoying.
It's when we started patrolling, you could just hear them like coming down the road towards you going, "We're following the leader." And you think, "Oh, here we go. They know we're coming."
Yeah.
because the
It was
non-bent
the,
police haven't told everyone.
I must admit, I did quite like the Police Academy song playing. That was I love.
Yeah,
It's
it's got a jolly track, that isn't it? To have,
Yeah.
to have playing when you're sort of marching into toy battle.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that would be quite cool if you didn't have it so that the factions have it so the factions are fighting each other rather than fighting the police per se, but then you could have the police. You could have the police having to do these sort of various like SWAT or Rainbow Six type missions and stuff like that. So like they're kind of more your Opfor, not Opfor, like your operator ones, like all the nods and stuff like that. You could sort of get them in play for like night raids and stuff.
That'd be cool.
I just
as well. So obviously with an apocalypse, you know, they're always a lot scarier at night time, isn't they? Because I've got lots of experience with apocalypse, so I do know exactly what I'm talking about before anyone says anything. So, yeah, they are scarier at night, so it'd be good actually to make it more of a night-based thing as well. Do you know what I mean? That could be quite cool.
Yeah, I mean,
especially if it was like a zombie one, or there's like a sort of a virus or a gas that sort of made people go a little bit bonkers than what they'd normally be, and it's like woods at night time, just people, the noises you'd hear, people cutting about and sort of not really knowing what the fuck they're doing.
I mean,
quite regular, like us, not really, quite regularly at any event, isn't it? Oh, I'm in the woods. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Escape from LA, New York.
There's the film in the 70s about a gang trying to get home through other gangs' territories, all gangs and civilians. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you could have like the police are like
28 Days Later. It's a top film. Love that.
I'll do like 28 Days Later.
That
28 weeks later.
28 weeks was good. And then World War Z, probably some of the top three sort of zombie apocalypse was wicked. Because then, World War Z or Z, the Brad Pitt one. Have you seen that, Mike?
They're making a remake of that as well. Not a remake, but a sequel.
Part 2. Or a sequel, a prequel, or a part 2, or
I think it's a sequel.
Oh yes. Warriors.
I have to profess. I know this is going off topic a little bit, but I have to profess I liked the book more than the film.
Of World War Z.
Of World War Z, World War Z. But yeah.
I haven't read the books. I can only go by the film.
The book's a bit special. I quite like the book. The film was alright, but it wasn't World War Z, which is what it was meant to be based off of. Which is
right. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, it sounds like we're having a literal society. So,
I love it.
Yeah. Marcus says, you sound like the game you're talking about in September with the police in the middle of their two factions. Yes. So that's the Arabs. The Arabs one.
Yep.
Is it? Yeah. Which
I actually did and I actually did the read the write up on it last night. That was in the chat, and very, really cool. It does sound good. I like it. I like the idea behind it all and that. And like I said, the loadouts we can use for it, it's going to be sort of like, collapse society. So, it's scavengery type esque loadout, So I'm going to try and see what I can rustle up. I might have to, the old Polish Lavu might have to make an appearance, because it's two capes, if you like, essentially buttoned together to make the TP tent. So just unbutton it. And you got yourself a cool OD green shroud hood of death. Yes.
I've always liked the idea of being like a warrior monk. I don't know where this was coming to, but just some sort of mission. Yeah, some sort of mission where you've got like 2 or 3 of you are trying to infiltrate the enemy base dressed as monks. And then you just get that moment where you pull the hoods off, you pull the capes apart, and you just pull up the LMG or whatever,
clad in fishnets and PVC.
Yeah, okay, if you want. I wasn't going to go quite that far with it, but
under the monk robe. Oh, good God.
Apparently, Wayne says there's a second World War Z book. I'll have to check that one out. But Terry's my man. Books are always better. It's up to your imagination. Exactly.
See, I struggle reading books. I prefer listening to a book, as in an audio book. So I absorb more of the story and more of the
rather
characters.
than just sitting there with a book, just like.
Rather than like this book is crap. I can't even hear it. Yeah, obviously. I absorb. Yeah, audio books all day long for me, especially driving to work. So that's an hour and a half each way. So I'm like doing I can get like 3 hours of listening in a night, which is good.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, the Arabs one is everything we were talking about. I'm gutted I can't go to it. I am as well. I was going to be going to it.
Oh, you too? God.
Event. So.
Nick.
Nick's got a great idea. You could have the fashion police. That would definitely, actually, the post-apocalyptic one, that'd be hilarious if that's one of the factions. They're called the fashion police.
The fashion police, yes. That'd be cool.
that would be police in fishnets and PVC, wouldn't it?
Wonderful.
In my mind, it is. For some reason, I don't know why.
I'll sort of going down that road as well now. I'll let you have that one. Touche.
Yeah. Right. So next concept. Wayne has said, "I like the idea of historic battles."
No, we're not going Monty Python here, are we?
What?
Essentially, I'm not going to be following Mike around the woods with some coconut shells going clippity clop, clippity clop. brave Sir Robin and all that.
Yeah. I don't think you'd be able to get much airsoft in that, would you?
The pouch police spend the weekend going after Lance. Contraband. Far too many pouches on one person. Arrest that man. I'll be like, I've got to wear all these pouches to get Rage's swish fix, Governor. I've got to get him his swish fix. I've got to carry it in all these pouches. See, honest Gov.
Oh, blimey. But yeah, historic battles though. I think there was a game. I can't remember who ran it, but there was a game where you could buy T-shirts and stuff. So it was like Sharp, like Napoleonic level. Era.
Cool. Yes, the black powder flintlocks and.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of it.
3 rounds in a minute or something.
To be honest with you, I went on the website and bought the T-shirt because I was like, that's quite a cool T-shirt to have. And then I wasn't able to go to the event, and I never really followed it up. So I don't know how it looked. I don't know if it was just people with M4 and single fire only or whatever. But I always thought that would be quite an interesting one. Have a load of people just literally line up in front of each other and all shoot each other.
I hate you. Strong words.
Terry says, have you got any pouches now?
No, the daughter's managed to help herself to a few, though. God bless her, which is cool. So I don't mind that.
That was quite cool. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that phase of parenthood.
Yes, mate. Yeah. No, it was quite good. Her eyes lit up and sort of early birthday present with the rig and that, and the little MTP hoodie turned up today. So she was like, "Yeah, wicked." Yeah. All good on that one.
Chris says, thanks, Lance, for my Instagram reply about the Bergen.
Oh, yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, no, pleasure, bud. Yeah, I'm glad. And I think Chris, he got himself a short back Bergen following our chat, so that's all good. Yeah, it won't let you down, mate. A cracking bit of kit. Very versatile as well. With the rocket pouches, Chris, actually, I forgot to tell you, is you can, on the front of a standard Bergen, right, is you'll get just a normal sort of mess tin size pocket, if you like. What you can do with that is where you've got your rocket pouches on each side of the Bergen, the zips that are nearest to that central pocket, if you unzip them, you can actually zip on another rocket pouch. So you can have, in a way, have 3 rocket pouches going around the Bergen at the bottom, at the front, just for that extra bit of space, or have it as like a dump sack for some wet kit or whatever, mate. So, yeah, you can, where them zips are that zip on and off for the rocket pouches, you can put a 3rd pouch in the middle of the bag. I'm not sure if you can put 4 in it, 2 across the front. Maybe you can. But I've done that occasionally. When I've had a standard Bergen, I've managed to get the old 3rd rocket pouch in the middle there. That's always good. Extra little bit of storage, mate. So, yeah, all good there.
Marcus, modern Viking battle. I don't understand. Don't get me wrong, it sounds cool, but I don't get where the. Oh, I guess if it's modern Vikings.
Modern Vikings.
Because it's like the what you were talking about.
Essentially, essentially Vikings with M4s.
Well, I'm assuming.
What would they have? Where is Viking? Where are Vikings? Vikings, Sweden.
Well, Vikings were swords, wasn't it?
No, I know that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just thinking of what countries'
how does he
weapon systems to currently modern weapons. Yeah, what an idiot.
Well, I think Vikings is sort of anything like.
Is it Denmark, Sweden-ish?
Yeah, I mean, I know Iceland's sort of quite keen on their Viking heritage and stuff like that.
So what's their current weapon system for their sort of
Iceland doesn't have an army at the moment.
Yeah, but they've got I suppose, yeah. Would it be like sort of like G36s or FM FALs or something like that? That sort of Scandinavian, Nordic.
Oh, Marcus says pistols and axes. He is literally going with axes.
Marcus is sitting in his living room right now, clad like a Viking.
Just sharpening an axe.
Sharpening an axe with a Glock. Just saying, just please announce the event. Please announce the event. Fingers crossed.
I'll tell you what, actually, I could see again. I mean, this is kind of diving back to the apocalyptic one, but like you have like the Viking warrior clan that are like one of the post-apocalyptic
you could essentially have had like
just led by Marcus
apocalypse,
and his awesome.
The apocalypse could have been a monstrous storm that all your clothes were blown off of you. Your closest refuge was a museum, so you've ducked in there, and the only thing available was a Viking outfit. What are you going to do? You're going to run around the apocalypse with your balls out, or are you going to get dressed up like what's his name?
It sounds like the start of a porn film. You're in a storm that blows away all your clothes.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? A strong gust. Where are all your clothes? Well, they blew away, obviously. Have the 416 now. There we go.
Ray says the Norwegians have the
416s.
So,
terrifying. Vikings.
Iceland was settled by Vikings, Scots, and Irish a couple of years, 100 years after Vikings. Ray, you're just like a wealth of information.
He's like a Swiss Army knife of everything.
Yeah.
That's why he deserves some swish.
Okay, Andy says balls out, guns out.
Wow, that's a bold
clearly,
statement.
I mean, so far,
that should be the main header for the event, for the apocalyptic event.
This is pretty much just like what would be our ideal event is balls out, guns out. Everyone's half naked after a storm that blew all their clothes away. You've just got Marcus running around dressed like a Viking with his big axe and a pistol
with his massive chopper.
Yeah,
taking a swing at people.
There we go. That's the perfect
I love
event.
history. No, fair play, Rage. No, I'm keen on the old history as well, mate.
So I'm going to go back to Wayne because Wayne said like Cold War back to World War II. So yeah, I think there's I think MilSim are actually doing some World War II stuff. I've seen one advertised recently where I think if you go along to it and you can actually borrow all the uniform and everything like that, which look quite cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether you have to have. I'm presuming you'd have to have weapons appropriate for the era and stuff.
Yeah, that's where I mean, when you start going back, that's I mean, it starts to get difficult then as how far back you can go to sort of make it sort of not authentic, but do you know what I mean? Essentially, like you've still got a fully automatic M4 in your hand, although it's 1941, do you know, or something like that. Do you know what I mean? You know, that's difficult, but I mean, from our point of view for tonight, it's more of like an idea of different factions against each other for a change, rather than obviously like you've got like your Opfor, Blue 4. Do you know what I mean? Or like you said about the gangs and things like that. Police with gangs are all around them, and that, which would obviously we're looking forward to in September with the Arab one. But yeah, it's just trying to sort of hit that point of what sort of factions could you have? I mean, like going down the Viking sort of route, that does sound quite cool. In a sort of to modernise the Viking sort of like invasions and you know what I mean? It's out the box. You know what I mean? So just something different, just to mix it up a bit. Because don't get me wrong, we all love going to the Opfor and the Blue 4 NATO events and cartels and DEA, but just think someone just announced one day, oh yeah, by the way, is this going on? You just think, yeah, that sounds quite good. I quite like the sound of
that. Rage has just given me a bit of a thought. So a career game would be different as you see. World War II, Vietnam, and Falklands. What if you were to have like the Cold War Berlin Wall set up? So, for example, say you've got
trying to get supplies across and things like that.
Yeah, so you've got like two kind of groups are obviously playing like Russia and the US and stuff. You could have that going on, but then you could also have like spy type factions where they are the US spies or the. Sorry, I'm getting excited. You got like the US spies.
Also, like a bit of jazz.
Yeah. But then you could have civilians trying to get like smuggle some stuff across from left to right and stuff. And
you just said cool. Smuggling. Then I just thought bootleggers in the US, like the US Marshals and bootleggers, do something along them storylines. Do you know what I mean? That'd be quality. Yeah.
Just get an old school Bonnie and Clyde just turn up.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually,
yeah.
I don't know if Jade's in the chat. Jade would make an epic Bonnie. I think Bonnie was the girl. Bonnie and Clyde.
So.
Bonnie and Clyde.
I think it's safe to say Bonnie was the girl.
I don't like to assume. Captain PC over it.
What was the other? Who were the other two as well? It was Bonnie and Clyde, and who was the two ladies that drove off the cliff?
I don't know.
What's that? Thelma and Louise.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, as well. But yeah, bootleggers, that'd be cool. Like bottles of rum and not like Captain Pugwash or anything, but like like homebrew sort of stuff and like crates, and you got to get it across to hide it, and you got the authorities after you. And where's your, you know what I mean? That'd be quality. Bootleggers, yeah, with real booze.
Marcus said, "What about a steampunk World War II game? Like, what's the film for that?
Steampunk
Sucker,
World War
Sucker
II.
Punch? Is it Sucker Punch?
Yeah, that rings a bell.
It's the one with the woman who's in. She gets taken to like an institution.
That's it. Yeah, it doesn't end up being 4 of them or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
So you got all the I think all the German Nazis are all like robot, like gas masks and stuff like that, or something. Zombies or something.
No, coming out. Warhammer 40k, Imperial versus Orcs. If you don't know, just Google Warhammer. Oh, mate, yeah, all over that. I'd have to be Jungle Fighters though. 40k Jungle Fighters. I had a set of them when I was back at school.
They're the
many moons ago. They essentially just look like SOCOM. You know, they look like more regular people than like the Space Marines and all that sort of business. Yeah, that could be cool. That'd be one hell of a loadout, wouldn't it? Especially if you went Andy Bob balls out to do it, like the proper shoulder pads and the fucking helmet.
There's some company making all this armor though, isn't there? Isn't there like a
I don't know.
I keep getting ads for it on Facebook and stuff.
Well, you could buy like a Space Marines full, not like Aliens, as in like Sigourney Weaver Space Marines. I mean,
no, it's
proper
it's like
Imperial Space Marine things.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll just keep googling it while we're talking. But it's
what
like
about like a bounty huntery type event? That could be quite cool.
Yeah.
Bounty
SRU tactical armor. Let me just bring that up.
SRU tactical armor.
Share screen.
Orcs could be fun, yeah, man. Definitely. Green paint. Be sold out of green paint. No way. That's like that's more like Halo, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've not seen Warhammer 40k, so I apologize, but
just
that's
Google
what I was
Warhammer
thinking,
Space Marine, Mike. Google Warhammer Space Marine quickly, and you'll see what we're on about. Oh, look how fast you can type. It's unbelievable. So click on there you go.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be too far off. I mean,
yeah.
That's quite a lot of money going into, I'm guessing, to that.
Yeah, that's a mental amount. I mean, unless you could buy like a cheap motocross sort of setup, I'm guessing you could probably buy an old school motocross set of plates like that. Essentially, cool. If you wanted to go down that road, that could be cool.
Oh, Sucker Punch! There you go. Yeah, it's Sucker Punch. Yeah,
nice.
But yeah, I mean, I guess it would be quite cool with the orcs and stuff, as Andy just said.
Yeah, the orcs could be fun.
I guess, I mean, to be honest with you, I would have imagined that would probably be outside the realms of most people's, like, I can just chuck a load out together for that one. And
potentially comfort zone. I'll be up for it. I might just be me and Andy as the orc army. Keep running backwards and forwards. There comes the next wave. I'm completely knackered.
Oh, we go. Ray just summed it up perfectly. Do the Iron Curtain game with the smuggling one and bits and pieces like across the Iron Wall. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, that's definitely something that Josh at MilSim should be looking at doing. Something like that. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
But then he does quite like his 80s sort of events, isn't he?
Yeah. No, I think they've got. I think there's like a. I think he said the other day it's like a red faction, red something or other. I mean, to be fair,
I'm definitely like an espionage type thing. Do you know what I mean? Like a countdown at the start of the event. There is a countdown, and certain things have got to happen for you to. Last that guy. Rah, rah. Oh dear.
See, if I just thinking about the orc thing, all I'm thinking of is from like Lord of the Rings. So I just like the face paint would be epic, just like that you know, the white handprint on the
orcs. the white hand of Saruman,
yeah.
I'm with you. But they're not orcs, though. They're Urukai, aren't they? So
yeah, no. Sorry, I don't mean to start getting in on the.
If you're gonna go down the road of describing the features of different breeds of orc, you know, which aren't orcs.
Apologise. Wayne says the film sim one's a Cold War series.
It's
so,
like them orcs.
Right,
actually, them orcs look like someone's like opened a pack of Swish and just tipped it all over their face, doesn't it? Those orcs with the white hands on them. Don't know, Rage. That's what they look like, Rage.
Don't bait him. Leave him alone.
I'm not baiting him.
Oh, okay, so we've covered historical, apocalyptic.
We've gone down some sort of rabbit hole. I don't know where we're at now.
Yeah. What was the other ones I was suggesting? Militias was the other one. Sort of preempted the conversation. So as this, to be honest with you, militias is probably more coming down the route of gang warfare generally, isn't it? But
that could be quite a good one, like a gangland sort of thing, where essentially there is no police, there is no defense force, or do you know what I mean? You're essentially just gangs. You know, of course we are. Yes, mate. Open arms. Well, socially distanced, open arm cuddles. Me and Rage. As long as we can't get a beard tangled.
The gang warfare one could be your Judge Dredd. So, like, you know,
but then you've still got police force.
Got a small, but a very, very small police force. But they basically acting as a faction, isn't it?
The judge is the faction, in it. Do you know what I mean? But to have just gangs and there is no that'd be mental. Well, actually, that would be just mental, wouldn't it?
Well, it probably would be like all v all, wouldn't it?
You'd have 4 quadrants. You'd have 4 gangs, say, fighting over supremacy of them. They've got to hold certain objectives and move X amount of contraband or whatever it is.
Nick says like Snatch.
Like Snatch, yeah.
Yeah.
Could do that.
Yeah. Actually, I was just thinking when I said all v all, if you had all v all for 40 players, that would be an interesting sort of event.
Well, all v all was in nobody's aligned to anyone.
Yep. So you literally take a reasonable sized game zone, have 30 players playing in it, so you can be quite spread out or something.
Well, that's just deathmatch, isn't it? That is essentially just a death match. Last man standing.
No, so but you could still do like all the camping stuff and bits and pieces like that, but it's very stealthy. So like the I think it's hunting, like the snipers. There's like the sniper events. Where they sort of send a load of people off, and it's sort of like it's almost like last man standing or points based. Or I don't really understand.
We could do like a Royal Rumble, where like every 5 minutes the big chime goes, and then another player enters the field. So you start off with 2 players. Obviously, don't know where they are, but then people just keep getting fed into the Royal Rumble.
Well, it's like the Hunger Games, isn't it? Like,
yeah, you could do that. Running Man. We could get Rage because he's a big old guy. He could be like Arnie. Or the dude who's got like the diamond lights up Viking helmet thing.
Well, that's got to be Marcus, surely.
I'm gonna have to watch that again. That's the top film. I love Running Man.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So literally, just throw a load of players into a field, and I don't
let
know
them have at it.
I don't know how you'd have to have some sort of like point scoring system, I guess. But like you've just got to spend the entire weekend staying as much alive as possible.
Yeah, I'm with you. Ed's in the chat there. We did a very small private game not so long ago, and what you're describing there is very similar to what we've done. So if you kill, basically, essentially, if you killed a player, you go up to him and get a photograph. That will win you points. Then you move on. They go and regen and blah blah blah, and it's most points at the end and stuff like that. That's cool. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I mean, especially for 2-man teams and stuff like that.
That's something we could definitely do at this place for over the weekend. Where you've seen it, but you could definitely run something like that there quite easily, which would be epic. Thinking about it, especially if you were just told. I mean, because you could like the whole perimeter. You could put a designated marker and that's one team's marker. That's purely just a starting position, just so everyone's sort of equally distanced away from each other, and then it's sort of like a big loud horn or something like that, and it's like, right, go. See you tomorrow if you're alive, hopefully.
Well,
that would be awesome.
That's going to make you think about hiding your camp a lot more. You're going to
essentially how you're acting. It's going to be a hide. You're actually going to be making hides and stuff like that, aren't you? To sort of go to ground and be able to sort of lay low for a bit, or that could be awesome. Sneaky.
Marcus says Rage and I could run as Terminators for the game. No team alliance, just take out everyone. Yeah. Just randomly throw extra players in, just like
do it now.
Yeah.
Yes, we should do this. Marcus and
That's
Rage
pretty
as
cool.
Terminators.
Marcus says there's a game like that currently. I think it's called White Lines. It might be he's talking about a different game, so I'm not sure. But yeah,
we've got
PUBG.
computer games, rule games.
Basically PUBG. But I guess without
PUBG.
finding all the stuff. So you'd be like, you just like dropped in the game and then that's it. That'd be cool.
Like Predators, like the movie, like the newer one where they just wake up and they're falling through the sky and land in the Predator's planet, didn't they?
Yeah.
Have you not seen that?
No, I have seen that. Yeah. Andy's just said Predators.
Predators, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. We've been tuned.
Lee says Daisy. It's quite similar to
Daisy,
that well.
yeah. Not my favourite game. H1Z1 must admit preferred that as an online apocalypse game. But Daisy, yeah, definitely.
I haven't played H1Z1. I've played Daisy, and I got
very
frustrated
won't either
with
because
Daisy.
they've shut all the servers down.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. H1Z1 was really good. You know, you had your hackers and that in there, but you get them everywhere. You know what I mean? You used to get people bitching about it, but it's just like...
I played Daisy and literally ran around for about half an hour on this map, trying to just eat this apple that I'd found. And the controls were so complicated because I was playing on Xbox. I didn't really understand what I was doing, and then ran for half an hour
PCs.
and died. I was like,
keyboard and mouse, mate. Daisy and H1Z1 games like that, it's got to be keyboard and mouse.
Silly Gilly
100%.
says it normally has a rolling red spawn where you walk for 80 paces away from where you think you got shot from. Yeah.
Okay. And what? And what would be the penalties, Ed? Say it's me and Mike. We're in a team and we both get wiped. Obviously, you say you and Hutchie took us out. You would obviously get points for those 2 kills. But then, is there anything that do we get any penalties for getting hit or anything like that, or is it just essentially whoever gets most points? Because that's proper interest in me. This is something I'll be well up for that. Like a 2-man. You've essentially got like sort of like 10 2-man recce patrols or something that have got to photograph different objectives in a game zone without getting taken out, or they've got to take out something, or you could have a couple of NPCs or non-player characters or something like that in the game.
Yeah, so you could
like
throw some random
or...
stuff going in there as well.
Defo, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be wicked. I'm quite excited by that thought.
Oh, we'll leave it with Stimulus. I'm sure me and Ed can put something together in the private sector for a summer game, maybe when it's a bit more vegetation's grown up. It'll be good. Mind you, it must admit, it's looking quite green over there. I was over there today. Yeah,
so for people that don't know, we've got a game this weekend, a private site, which is pretty cool. Looking forward to it. It's going to be proper camping, so not like glamping like we were last time. So it's got a new sleeping bag. That's very exciting. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. The photo of the website showed it being about that big, and then it arrived and it was about that big. I was like, oh, okay.
That deceptive camera angle again.
Yeah. Well, they were saying how it's started to do with the compression straps.
You have to get all the points on the map while also killing people. Yeah. Perfect. Oh yeah, I'll bring on Saturday. Yes, Lee. Good man.
Yeah. Marcus says a Predators game would be cool. Small group, fully loaded against 2 lightly loaded teams that need to complete objectives without being taken out by each other with a hunter squad.
Yeah, defo.
Yeah.
With night stuff as well.
Nick's got a good idea. You could have like dog tags. So if you take one of their dog tags, most dog tags collected wins.
Ah, yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah.
I guess if you got killed a lot, you'd have to end up with like 40 dog tags on you just so you could give them out.
Or you get to the point. So I mean, because it get to the point where you essentially like, if you keep like getting shot out and that, you're like, mate, you're pretty shit at this. Maybe you want to be, you sort of become an in-game character or something from that point. So you're still carrying on in the game, but you're not sort of like, because there's only so many times you can just get hit without being pissed off. Do you know what I mean? Like 5 lives or something like that. Because I wouldn't want to be carrying on. If I've been nailed 5 times, I'd be like, yeah, I'm pretty bad at this. I'm going to do something else. Jumping as a character or something like that. You know what I mean? That could be cool.
Lee's come up with I was just going to mention this. So he said you could use a point card. You take off dead players. So I've been looking into the concept of players having like RFID cards on them. So especially for cartel DEA sort of style games, where like civilians would have, so for example, like an ID card or something like that. Because I know a lot of the games that we've played with cartels and stuff, where you interview players and stuff, it's very hard for them to remember necessarily who they are, or sort of bits of intel as well. And there's no sort of like data capture system within that. So I've been looking at the concept of having a game where players are basically issued with a little ID card that's got an RFID chip in it. So say the police station could actually have a little reader that you scan in, and it registers. So I mean, for example, you could either do it as like, right, you've got to capture as many people as possible and bring them back to a location. You scan the card, and that acknowledges that you've captured them.
Right. Okay.
But depending on sort of the technology or whatever like that, you could theoretically build like a database of people, or something like that. I don't know. I quite like the idea of bringing in like a little bit more technology into the game.
Yeah, to scan it, sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, similarly, so this is kind of more like the innovations of Airsoft. I've been working up a rough plan in my head. It's not very accurate, but I really hate missions which are protect the bomb while the bomb's being made or defused or something like that. So you're literally at a location and it's like, right, you've got to sit here for an hour, and literally it's just based on time to defuse the bomb. So
you're not actually doing. There's not actually an element of the game where you're working on actually defusing something for real. Yeah,
have someone who's like a bomb specialist to sit there and defuse something. So either they've got to like complete some sort of. They do make them like these really complicated like bomb cases and stuff like that, where you have to cut certain wires and things like that. But I mean, if you had some sort of structure to it, where you had like a little book and you had to flick through and read stuff, and you got someone trying to do that whilst there's a firefight going on.
Absolutely, yeah.
Whole new level of like complexity to it.
You really, that's it. You was frozen there. You like that?
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But I'm just I'm peddling that Ed's idea over in my mind a bit. Ed, would that work with non-snipers? I'm just thinking of having, if you had like these 10 2-man teams or whatever it would be, would it essentially be a mix of sniper teams and sort of your regulars, if you like, or would it have to be sort of like a sniper and a normal assault rifle or a sniper support weapon or something like that? Because I'm just wondering how two M4s are going up against two snipers. Obviously, you're going to have the range on them, bits and bobs like that. I'm not sure how it would work. Not in such a fairness kind of way, but I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it would work. You know, that's what I suppose we know to try.
You could, I guess, depending on how many snipers and stuff you've got, you could run it like a little fire team. So, say you had 4 people in little groups. Mm-hmm. The whole concept of this, I guess, would be keeping the groups quite small. But if you had, like, say, 5 groups of 4, and they're all VL in terms of the groups, then you could have that. So one of them can be a sniper or a DMR or something like that, and then the other 3 have to be riflemen in non-ghillie suits, for example. That might make things a little bit more interesting. Silly Ghillie said yes, they would be at a disadvantage. It's a sneaky game. In an urban area, though. Yeah, an urban area would be quite cool.
Yeah, true.
Blimey. Imagine Longmore, where you've got that, like, literally just teams of 2 like moving around, like 10, cool. 20.
Well, even if you're on your own, can you imagine that, trying to go around that place on your own at night? Just thinking, anyone, I've got no friends here. Any target is a target. And likewise, I'm going to get taken as well. Yeah, that could be quite terrifying. That's definitely something to think about.
Marcus says, Mike, there is a company that makes RFID stickers that you can load with whatever info you want. I think it was originally done so you could track your gear and use it as a business card. That would be cool. Yes, I mean, literally just like each player's like allocated a little RFID sticker. And if you had some way of like capturing the information, or even if you had like I think phones can do like RFID stuff. So maybe when you capture someone, you can literally just buzz them with your phone and pick that information off them. But yeah.
From there, Charlie. A serious recce game, 24-hour plus recce ops. Yes, mate, that would be cool. Yeah. I think that'd be quite a niche market, though, Charlie, if I'm honest, mate. I mean, I'd certainly be up for doing an event like that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it would be quite a popular thing, but I can't see a lot of people taking the recce role to the extreme. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's all good for a couple of hours, someone doing it, but I don't think they I don't know. I'm probably wrong. I reckon, yeah, maybe people would be up for that. But, I certainly would be, mate. Yeah, I'm with you there, 100%.
I guess, would you have to have quite a small recon team?
Yeah, it'd have to be 2 or 3 max. So but I say, there's no reason why you couldn't incorporate that into that duo game, 10-man, 10-team duo game or whatever sort of thing. There could be an element of recce required within that. Eyes on a target or whatnot. That would be cool.
Well, actually, to be fair, you could have if say 2 or 3 of the teams wanted to just do that role, then they're like allocated like that's their mission. They've basically got to do like recon ops for the entire weekend.
So you got some doing recon ops. You got some that have got to take out X amount of teams. Or that could work 100%.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's all very exciting, isn't it?
Andy says, I've had to move over to YouTube as Facebook died. Oh, hi, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Charlie, yeah, it's a very small world, but it would be super cool. To be honest, Legion done some a couple of years back, but nothing since. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it working. I think that would appeal to.
It'd be proper good. I mean, like you say, you'd have to have an ultra amount of patience for it in that. Essentially just keeping eyes on. But again, recording all the details, feeding it all back, getting intel coming back. Any more taskings you got going forward and things like that. You're the eyes and ears of the section, but of your team, of your side, sort of thing. So yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, definitely good for
that. Nick says the tactical game is done on points for the team that is spent on weapons and ammo. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, so you could like earn extra advantages, I guess, as a little team.
Minimal ammunition in that as well, though. I'd say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like proper very realistic, bare bones sort of thing. Once you're out in the field, so and in that way you are more inclined to try and stay low profile and avoid contact because you've only got X amount of rounds. So if you've got for an M4, say you've got 6 30-round mags, I'd say that's not an unrealistic amount of ammo to carry on him. Maybe 6 30-round mags with one of those small sort of 9mm pistol mag speed loaders. One of them full up, perhaps, as a little reload, to simulate a bandolier or something that he might be carrying, or some spare rounds loose in a utility pouch. Yeah, that could be cool. So, and then you would have to choose. You would essentially then be picking your fights. You think, oh, they can't really get into this, especially if you're getting hit from one side. Then something else comes in. I mean, you've really got to pick when and where you sort of take out someone or you engage someone, because for all you know, you could be being watched by 2 other teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you just like you do really well, and then you just get bopped in the head, and you just think, shit.
That'll be a nightmare, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, just literally been watching you working your ass off to get to this point, and then they wait until you've killed 2 people, and then they just go bang and just bop you one. Oh, God damn it.
Oh, blimey. Right, we'll leave the chat for a second for the last few comments and stuff to come in. Lance, who we got on the show next week?
Oh, we have. Yes, we have. I always keep forgetting his name.
Sorry, I didn't mean to just randomly throw that.
You completely. Yeah, I was just looking through the comments. I wasn't even really listening to you then, so I do apologise.
Oh,
Okay, I thought I knew you was talking. I was just sort of trying to catch up with you. Was talking about a comment. And I'm like, and you were like, Lance. I was like, whoa, what? Are we still on?
You there? You there?
I'm here. Yes, we've got Mr. Shane Bray from Ultimate War Games coming on the show next week to discuss obviously the Ultimate War Games site, which is in Forkham near Brands Hatch, and all the great work that him and the team are down there doing to bring the site along from being quite overgrown and sort of, I want to say, sort of run-downish, but they're making huge leaps with that place. So yeah, very excited to get back to visit that. So yeah, we've got Shane on the show next week for a nice old chinwag, obviously about his sort of backstory with Airsoft and bits and bobs and what got him into sort of obviously running the site now, which is obviously really cool. So yeah, it'd be good to have him on. And yeah, any questions you guys have got for him for future events or plans that he's got for his site and what he's building and what he intends to do, then fire him into the chat. Obviously live next Friday, or send it to us during the week, and we'll be sure to mention to him, as well as some of our own that we've got lined up. But yeah, so yeah, looking forward to having him on the show next week. That'd be cool.
So obviously we're back our usual time on 8 o'clock on Friday as well next week.
We are, yes.
Fine.
Although I am working, so I won't be able to have a beer.
No.
I'm working tonight, so I can't have a beer.
Oh. Well, tiniest violin. Yeah, so one of the things that we've been chatting about as well is obviously bringing it back round to more kit reviews and bits and pieces like that.
Ask him if they found my pistol mag.
Well, Marcus, when you're on the show next week, feel free to do that.
I'll ask him. I'll say, first things first, let's get the serious stuff out of the way. Have you found Marcus's pistol, Maggot? Come
on. Yeah, so we obviously want to get a few more kit reviews and bits and pieces and sort of kind of take it back, because we realised we kind of got to the end of the kit side of things, and now we've sort of started to deviate a little bit. We're obviously going to be building our skills and drills episodes. We've got a bit of a thought list on what we're going to run on those. But if anyone's got any kind of kit stuff that they want us to cover topic-wise, then please feel free to throw that at us. You can obviously drop us a message on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, or in the live chat and stuff. But yeah, it's always good to hear from you guys and have a little chin wag in the week.
Absolutely.
Before the weekend. So, but if anyone's got any episode ideas, just throw them our way. We can sort of fit that in with the program. But cool. Yeah. Silly Giddy says, for people thinking about this event, you can buy a Viper concealment vest for £30 and just add natural vegetation, and that will last you for a day.
These work as well as any £200 ghillie. There you go. From the man who crafts his own ghillie suits as well. So there. Yeah. Gospel. I'm
still working. I haven't finished it yet because I lost interest in it for a while, but I'm still working on my high-vis ghillie suit. I will have that ready. I will have that ready for Halloween this year.
Well, there's your post-apocalyptic load out there, right there, isn't it?
Exactly.
Urban sniper. Gone absolutely insane.
Yeah, it'd be great just hiding amongst traffic cones and workmen. That's the only camouflage it would give you.
Oh, look, Nick's on the old winter gear. Winter gear emojis. We need it, mate. I can't believe there's snow today. There was snow. It was nice and warm down south. There was snow up north. Chaos. The apocalypse is coming. I'm telling you guys. Watch this space. You wait.
I'm just going to remind Nick, we did do a winter gear episode previously. If you want to give that a check. But yeah, we can certainly rehash and recover some of these stuff again. We're actually up to our 30th episode now, so we're almost a year old. We're getting there. So we are going to recover stuff that we've covered in the past.
Because we're renewing kit and that all the time as and when we need to and things like that. You know what I mean? Different events require different bits and bobs and setups and loadouts and blah. So, it's always good to go over it. And who doesn't like talking about kit and gear and pouches, mainly? Ooh, pouches.
Maybe we'll have to have a pouch episode.
Oh, can you imagine it? Just showering them. Just shower me in them.
Just sit back and let Lance go on for an hour about pouches.
Oh yeah, God, sound really interested in that.
Yeah, I'm well up for that. Nick, the cold weather gear episode was episode 4, by the way, if that's of any use.
What was that episode called, Mike?
That was called Burr.
Burr.
I did a little T on the end. So
was that Brian Badandi? Was it?
Well, no, it was going to be like Burr, but it. Yeah, I don't think that conveyed itself properly.
It went a bit Brian, didn't it?
Yeah. Ray says potentially battle belts, web belts, and shooters belts episode. Yeah, we could do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool.
I'll make a note. Andy says policeism. Policeism. Sorry, I was like policeism. With civvies and gangs and criminal masterminds with shops and stuff. So more real life game over the weekend. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
One on belts, a big one. Well, clearly that's we're going to do belts. Nick says, can we invite you guys to events? Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. As long as you're paying for it.
Was that okay.
I've booked onto a few, so your funds aren't. I haven't got as many event funds left as I did have a few weeks back.
I'm happy to go. That'd be fine.
Yeah, so, absolutely,
just
mate.
Drop us a message.
I'm joking.
Cool. Silly Gilly says, Lance, you will love my new bag.
New bag. Ooh, okay.
It's pouch shaped.
Ooh, I say. Episode 4.
Blimey.
Brian Badandi. Pouches. Yes. Okay. I have an issue with pouches.
That's cool. What about for sausages and meat?
What, a pouch for sausages and meat?
Or a whole episode on sausages and meat?
Oh, right. Yeah, I could do that. Well, Mike, you're a bit of a dab hand at the old homemade sausages, aren't you?
I have been making my own sausages.
Which has caused some controversy, by the way, doesn't it? With the flavourings. And
actually, let's check. I'd be
Rage will
interested.
have something to say about this. I'm telling you now.
Rage will have something to say about this. I made a minted lamb sausage, which was, pardon the pun, banging. But pretty tasty sausages. They were a bit salty, to be fair. It's the first time I've made sausages properly. And
A salty sausage.
It was a salty sausage. And also, there is something very weird about having to roll a sausage skin onto the machine. Like, you don't make eye contact with somebody while you're doing that, I tell you.
Yeah. Don't want like your mum to be helping you or something, do you?
Nah. Oh, that's just weirding me out just thinking about it.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining us. Feel free to drop us a message. You can obviously get in touch with us at nofochat@hotmail.com. Instagram is November_Foxtrot_Nofo. Facebook is November Foxtrot Nofo, and you can search us on YouTube at November Foxtrot. Yeah, I got it. We are now up to, I think, about 76 followers or subscribers on YouTube. I hate doing this, I really do. But
and a bottle of fizz. I told you. That does sound quite lovely.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to lie. I did eat it with all those things. So, yeah.
So there. And he had some pomegranate seeds in his fizz.
Yeah. But yeah, if anyone would consider subscribing to us on Instagram, on YouTube, that would be grand, please, because we are just trying to hit that magical 100 number so we can get our own little November Foxtrot IRL or URL.
Oh yes,
I don't know what it's called.
So we currently got the Matrix one, haven't we?
We've got all the numbers.
All numbers.
Oh, Jade's just arrived. Jade, you were actually mentioned earlier in the episode, so you have to.
Yeah, you must have listened back. You were mentioned. Yeah. All good things. All good things. No panic. All good things. And I turn up when you're talking about sausage skins. Yeah. Yep. Snooze, you lose, love.
Silly says need some cheetah compilations.
Ooh,
oh yeah, we'll have to put some random YouTube videos and stuff on there, like with clickbait titles, like Lance's OnlyFans, and it'll just be something else completely.
Meat pouch. Sausage pouch.
Oh, blimey. What was I saying? Yeah, feel free to get in touch. That'd be grand. If you did want to subscribe to us on YouTube, that'd be grand as well. We've obviously still got patches for sale. I've ordered another 70 of the Foxes in the 3 colours.
Because they're arriving. So we appreciate that, guys, as well, by the way. Thank you very much for
there are a couple of orders that I'm holding back at the moment. I have contacted you in the meantime, just to say that, obviously the Foxes are on back order at the moment, and sort of everyone seemed fairly happy with that. But yeah, what are you laughing at? Oh,
Ed. Silly Gilly. Gilly.
Right. Well, we're not going to resort to controversy. We're going to keep going and just plough on with our own little agenda. But yeah,
he did it. Congratulations, Mike, on your wonderful end to the show.
Thank you. So yeah, if anybody else wants to buy any patches, there's the information on the Facebook and Instagram of how you can do that. It's literally, if you can send us the money.
We haven't got the banner. Where's the banner?
What with our I haven't got a banner for patches actually. So our PayPal is nofochat@hotmail.com. So if you can send the money for the patches, they're £7 each. That covers postage as well. And then if you put your name and address and what you'd like to order in the comments with the PayPal, that'd be super helpful. And I'll get those out. So the first lot will go out this week. I've had to negotiate Royal Mail postage because I've never done anything like this before, and it's been a little bit of a steep learning curve on how to post mass things out all at the same time. But stuff is going out this week, and I hope you'll like it. And if anyone would like to sort of post any pictures wearing their patches or anything like that on our socials, that'd be quite cool.
Mm-hmm. Strictly above board, I'll have you know. Don't want to do that naughtiness going on.
Don't care. If you want to post a picture like that, then feel free to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, crack on. What am I saying? What was I thinking?
So, cool. Right. Well, we're back next Friday at 8 p.m. And we'll see you then.
See you then.
Say goodbye, Lance.
Goodbye, Lance.
See you later, everyone.
Goodbye, all. Be safe.